Welcome back to Rwanda as we continue day one of coverage of the FIBA Women's World Cup pre-qualifying tournament. Argentina set to play Great Britain. This is Aaron Sanders. I'll be tagging in for Justin Taylor, who just gave you the play-by-play of the first two games here in the Rwandan leg of group phase. Today we are dealing with Group D competition with Great Britain and Argentina going down. We see the previous scores from earlier today. Senegal upsetting Hungary 63-61, and Brazil topping the Philippines 77-74. We'll see what these two teams could bring to the table when it comes to Group D competition. Those are the scores from earlier today. After this game, the host team, Rwanda, will take on Lebanon, which is set to be an interesting matchup. Quickly talk about Argentina, who were ranked last in the power rankings, 8th place, 31st in the world. They were able to get to this point by placing 7th in the 2023 America Cup. And this team has a handful of veterans who have played for the national team before, especially Melissa Gretter, the captain, the point guard, who ended up playing for the national team since 2011 in the America's Championship. And in the last year's America Cup, she averaged 7.8 rebounds and was first in assists per game by averaging 6, where her career high, or tournament high rather, was a near triple-double with 11 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists against Team USA in group play. Will they be the upset team? We will find out as they are looking for their 9th appearance, or 10th appearance rather, in the World Cup. Last time they were in the World Cup was back in 2018, where they placed 15th. Now, Great Britain, they are second in the power rankings, 21st in the world, and they come into this pre-qualifying tournament in an interesting scenario. They took one of the two vacant spots in the tournament when Colombia and Italy chose not to play. But they are riding off at an all-time high in historic performance in British basketball history as the London Lions won the 2024 FIBA Women's Euro Cup. It took it all. There are 4 players, especially their captain, Holly Winterburn, that were a part of that London Lions squad. Holly Winterburn leads Great Britain and was the youngest player on that London Lions championship team in the FIBA Euro Cup. She averaged 13 points and 4.5 rebounds in that outing. So we have players to look after, and we have these great two teams who are set to do battle. But first, we're going to head to the national anthems. We'll be back with the starting lineups in just a moment. You're watching group play in the FIBA Women's World Cup pre-qualifying tournament in Rwanda. Stay with us. Great Britain hopes that they hear their anthem as they are trying to vie for a spot in the qualifying tournament in the World Cup. They have never made the World Cup before in its rich history. For Argentina, they've heard their anthem 9 times in the Women's World Cup, and they hope to hear it again in 2026. For those of you just tuning in, I'm Aaron Sanders. This is the pre-qualifying tournament for the World Cup. And in the Rwanda leg, we have a few days of group action. Then on Saturday, we have the semifinals. And then Sunday will be the championship game, and the winner of that will advance to the qualifying tournament for the World Cup. Your referees for today: from Spain, Fernando Calatrava; from Zimbabwe, Joyce Munchu. They were a little quick on the officials, but nonetheless, we have a great staff and a great crew officiating today's game. And from Poland, Paulina Karolina Jadosz. Argentina ready to get things going on. They're going to start off with Agostina Barani along with their captain Melissa Greder, Florencia Chagas and company joining them. And Florencia Chagas had a good AmeriCup last year where she averaged 10 points and 2.2 rebounds. And a look at Great Britain's starting 5. They start with Holly Winterburn, their captain, Shanice Beckford-Norton, Savannah Wilkinson, Harriet Otterwill-Sosby, and Samantha Ashby. 3 of the 5 starters for Great Britain were a part of the London Lions team that won the Euro Cup earlier this year. It's always good to have veteran experience into this, but what if your players like a Maiquin Siciliano or Florencia Martinez who are making their national team debut for Argentina? This is a perfect time for them to make their presence known. And again, this is the first day of the tournament, the pre-qualifying tournament. Group D action between Argentina and Great Britain. Again, Argentina placed 31st in the world, Great Britain 21st in the world. Great Britain, one of the contenders to win the Women's World Cup pre-qualifying tournament. Second place in the power rankings. Argentina ranked 8th. That is last in the power rankings, but they could make some noise considering they're one of the few teams that have experience in the World Cup alone. 9 appearances. Last made their appearance back in 2018 where they placed 15th, but their best finish, you have to go all the way back to 1953 where they ended up in 6th place. Argentina will be wearing their dark blue uniforms with gold trim and numbers, and Great Britain their white jerseys with blue trim. Macarena Del Russo and Victoria Gona will get the nod to start for Argentina as they wrap up the starting 5 with Florencia Chagas, Melissa Greder, and Agostina Barani. We also have a lot of viewers tuning in on YouTube. We'll get to them in a moment. And also, if you want to watch every bit of FIBA action, and that includes this game and many tournaments, be sure to log on and register at Courtside 1891. And for our YouTube subscribers, we have premium members. That includes Vernon Young, and we thank you for joining us. I'll explain more on how you can subscribe to the premium membership in just a moment. We are set to go for the opening tip, and it's controlled by Great Britain as Samantha Ashby is able to get it right out of the air. So Great Britain will go from left to right, and Argentina will go the other way. Otwell Soulsby breaks free, misses the jumper, and the rebound is by Chagas. Chagas, one of the many players who were part of the AmeriCup last year. Macarena DeRuzo trying to drive down to the baseline. She gets the ball back, faked on the corner three, got close, fires it from around 10. That's off the mark. Another chance for Argentina, shot up by Buriani. That doesn't go. This is the third of 4 games on the docket for the first day of competition in the Women's World Cup pre-qualifying tournament. And we're glad to have you along for the ride. In the meantime, we get the first foul of the game. Bears still a win out of bounds. Samantha Ashby with the ball at the wing. Here is Beckford Norton. Norton easily in for 2. Denise Beckford Norton averaged 4.4 points in the Euro Cup this year. And she is the first player on the board in this contest. We played a minute and change as that 3 ball doesn't go for DeRuzo. They get another chance, and DeRuzo on the receiving end of that offensive rebound. Ana Julia Perez, thank you for being a part of our premium membership. Holly Winterburn almost lost control of it, streaks through, cuts in right from the right side, and draws the foul as she was on her way to the lane. So the captain will shoot a pair of free throws. And again, I expect a huge future for Holly Winterburn and her national team. The youngest player on that FIBA Euro Cup championship team as she hits the first free throw. When you average 13 points and 4.5 rebounds per game, you best believe there's going to be some eyes on you. Second free throw upcoming, and it's off the mark. And Buriani was fighting for the ball, last touch by Wilkinson. It's been 6 years since Argentina last made a trip to the World Cup, and they're looking to break that streak. They have not won a medal or placed a podium in the entirety of the World Cup. They're looking to change that. Great Britain looking for their first trip to the World Cup in 2026. They have a lot of hurdles to overcome between now and then, as that give-and-go layup by Ghana is good. Power forward played in last year's Pan American Games in Chile. 3-ball Winterburn, too strong, as that bounces everywhere else but down the net. Offensive foul on Argentina gives the ball back to Great Britain. This team believes that this is one of their strongest teams in the history of Britain basketball, and when you win the Euro Cup, you're definitely going to have that chip on your shoulder. As Argentina brings it up, Buriani held it back. There's a shot from the key. That doesn't go, and here comes Great Britain back on the move as Samantha Ashby trying to break free. She circles around to the far side, looking for Wilkinson, and instead had it picked off by DeRusso. Argentina on a 3-on-1 and able to break free of that, but the donut misses the coffee as Florencia Chagas unable to hit. Ashby fakes, drives. Underneath the Otwell Soulsby, that doesn't fall. We played 3 minutes here in the opening quarter. Nice finger roll and the finish, as Argentina waking up courtesy of Agustina Buriani, the center. And another steal, and an Argentinian player is down. They'll tend to her on the next break. Underneath, that doesn't go for DeRusso. 6:25 remaining in the first quarter, and they are going to tend to the player. Argentina with the lead 6-3. There are two legs in this pre-qualifying tournament, Rwanda being one of them, and the other emanates from Mexico. And that leg of the tournament will begin later on today. Huge hit to the nose, as that's going to require some changes. Craig Fada will be doing the majority of the play-by-play of the Mexico leg throughout the week. And Justin Taylor, along with Jacinda Govin and yours truly, will be on the call for the Rwanda leg of the tournament. It's an honor and a privilege to do this on behalf of FIBA. We thank you for tuning in. While we have this time, let me remind you, for just 99 cents per month, you can be part of the YouTube Premium membership on the FIBA page. All you have to do is just join the FIBA YouTube channel and subscribe, and you'll have all these interesting features like custom badges, avatars, or maybe one of my favorite features, which is the exclusive Q&A session with FIBA experts. So don't delay, partake today. A little bit of a break as Melissa Gretter checks out for just a little bit, which may be a problem for Argentina, considering that is their captain. But a Maiquin Siciliano checks in her place, who is making her national team debut. Big welcome to those of you watching around the world. That's what we enjoy doing, calling the games for all of you around the world, whether if you're tuning in from my neck of the woods, which is right smack dab between Canada and the USA, or we have a lot of Argentinian fans in there, and we have some Philippine fans tuning in as well. Take a look at the head coach for Argentina, Gregorio Martinez, who's going to be playing without his captain for just a little bit. .625 remaining, and a look at the Great Britain's head coach, Anna Montagnana. Who appears to be coaching one of the best squads that Great Britain has assembled in the history of their play. And after that little bit of a break, we are back into the action. And Argentina being a pest right on the ball. And that's what you like, and it pays off for them as it will go the other way. More premium subscribers joining us here on the FIBA YouTube channel, including Maria Nupp, and Charanko, Igor Almeida, Mert Igdog. Argentina up by 3, approaching 6 minutes in the first. 3 ball goes down, and that's the first one of the game, as it's now 9-3. Florencia Chagas chugging along from downtown. Dribble drive for Beckford Norton, spots up, can't hit it. Another chance for Great Britain, courtesy of Ashby. It is a tie-up, and we are going the other way. By the way, a quick message to Coco who's tuning in. It is 11:11 Eastern time. 11:11 Eastern time, 10:11 a.m. on the Central Time Zone. And Rwanda, I assume it is 5:11 p.m. Quick time check. We're in the shot clock. Argentina's got to put it up, and they do, courtesy of Ghana, and that shot's too strong as Ashby pulls down another board. Winterburn up the floor to the near side. And this is Savannah Wilkinson. They power forward. 2 passes later, it's into Otwell Soulsby, who's met by the double team. Whip pass to Beckford Norton, who tries a 3 and hits. And it is back to a 1-possession game as Shanice Beckford Norton hits it up from downtown. Halfway into the first quarter, nice screen. That was a good screen, but it doesn't pay off for Argentina. Nice behind-the-back dribble from Ashby. And it's back to Winterburn. Ashby on the fake, trying to break free from DeRuzo. Gets close to the key. Was looking for an open pass that was intended for Otwell Soulsby, but she was smothered like gravy on meatloaf or Thanksgiving turkey off of that play. That's just great box out and close out from Argentina, which got them the possession with 4:28 to go in the first. And Candela Gentinetta checking in. She already has experience with the national team, playing in last year's AmeriCup and Pan American Games. 2 for the price of 1. Ball stays with Argentina. 8 seconds on the shot clock. As Hannah Robb try to rob DeRusso of that broken play. Mike Siciliano. Siciliano for 3. Got it. And in the early stages of this game, Argentina has shown that they could pick their spots and use a lot of the floor to their advantage, and Siciliano's one of them. 3 ball underneath off the mark. Another chance for Great Britain. One of their players have to get back into the front court. And she does just that. And sets the screen. That's Otwell Soulsby helping out Winterburn. Whip around pass. 3 ball. No good. And Gentinetta pulls down the board. Bringing it back is Julieta Mungu. 12-6 your score, another 3, and it goes down. Argentina on fuego from downtown. And that's the kind of start you like to have when you pick your spots and when you're able to break free. That's what happens. But you have to give Augustina Barani the credit. She was the one that set the pick to create enough space to get that 3 for Margarena DeRuzo. We have a timeout called by Great Britain. They are down 15-6. Hot start for Argentina as they're ringing it up from three-point land, and they lead 15-6 against Great Britain. Remember, Argentina came into this pre-qualifying tournament last place in the power rankings, 8th. Great Britain, number 2 on that ladder. If Argentina is able to pull off what on paper appears to be an upset, then that could do them a lot of good as they approach the later stages of group play. By the way, this is only the first day of the tournament. 3 from the corner doesn't hit. Argentina doing exceptionally well as Florencia Martinez checks in for D'Aruzzo, who just hit that triple prior to the timeout. Free ball, that is of the wayside. And Savannah Wilkeson feeds it. Pass intended for Winterburn, but Gintinetta was ahead of that, no question about it. Siciliano almost traveled. Here's another three. Why not? That doesn't go as Winterburn easily pulls it down. It reminds me of an old adage a friend of mine used to say, if you live by the three, you die by the three. But considering this is only the first quarter, you never know what could happen in the next 32 minutes. Take a look at some of the team stats as we march on here in the first quarter. Argentina shooting nearly 38% from the field. Great Britain having trouble shooting 20%. But they're out rebounding Argentina 10-9. It is a narrow margin, yet advantage nonetheless. Leading scorer for the game, Macarena D'Aruzzo with 5 points, especially that big three before the break. Janice Beckford-Norton tied with her with 5 points of her own. And Argentina continuing to fluster Great Britain. Whip around pass, but taken down by Maya Price. And here's Harrison as she shoots a pair of free throws. Again, the story for Great Britain, the reason why they are in the Women's World Cup pre-qualifying tournament. Interesting story. Pull up a chair, let me tell you. There were 2 vacant spots prior to this tournament, and those were freed up by Colombia and Italy. So they decided, well, not decided, but it was decided for them that they would be the recipients of one of those 2 vacant spots. And with the team that did exceptionally well in the FIBA Women's Euro Cup this year, and won the title, mind you, that is hard to overlook. 15-7 is the score. Nice dribble drive from Winterburn as she streaks right in, but misses it. Heartbreak City. As Argentina trying to work, that layup is off the mark. Incidentally, we see Diana Cabrera checking in. On the roster, it says she's number 6, but today she's number 7. Three ball doesn't work. Nice move, and it finishes off as Cabrera right on the money. Say it and she will appear. Do you believe in Diana Cabrera? As she picks up her first field goal here in the pre-qualifying tournament in the Women's Basketball World Cup. 7 to shoot, Wilkinson. And she's going to be called for a double dribble, no question about that. 40.5 seconds to go. Argentina with an early lead as we see Teresa Del Silva checking in for Great Britain. She has been a mainstay for Great Britain basketball. And right now, Great Britain needs to rely on her leadership and skills to get back into this game as they are down by double digits. Argentina over the foul limit. Great Britain with only 1 foul. 7 to shoot on the 24. Here's Mungo underneath. And a foul will send Argentina to the free throw line. And the cup runneth over for Argentina. Things have been going their way right from the start. First free throw of the game. And that belongs to Cabrera, who misses the first. Argentina plays Rwanda on Wednesday, and then afterwards plays Lebanon on Thursday. And we'll see how they place in the semifinal matchups. There is a 6-second differential from the shot clock in the game clock. Shot clock down to 4. Siciliano spins around, gets close, flings it off with the left hand, and most likely finish off the first quarter with a flourish. There's a shot that'll count if it goes, and that is off. So at the end of the first quarter, Argentina leading Great Britain 19-7. And the reason for that is because of great plays from Amaikwen Siciliano and Macarena Deruzo, who has 5 points apiece. And this coverage of the 2024 Women's World Cup pre-qualifying tournament will continue from Rwanda in just a moment. That's right, you could download the Courtside 1891 app for free, which features all the FIBA tournaments, including this one, along with more. Hope you were able to watch the Olympic qualifying tournaments when this summer began on the Courtside 1891 app. We are back for the second quarter. Argentina holding on to a 19-7 lead as we're underway in the second quarter. Great Britain came into this matchup as the proverbial favorite on paper, but they are getting the business as Teresa de Silva gets the nice backdoor and the feed to get the second quarter going. So she hits on her first field goal here in the pre-qualifying tournament. Argentina being led by Siciliano and Deruzo, who have 5 points apiece. Long shot hits the window, and it's pulled down by Price. Hand off to De Silva. Feeds it underneath. That is denied. Russo slings it out to the corner. Free ball no good, but nice heads-up play from Deruzo. Throw the ball off the leg of Savannah Wilkinson. With that, it will stay with Argentina. Siciliano with 6 to shoot. Puts the ball on the floor, but misses the floater. And Maya Price goes for the rebound. Passes it to De Silva. Back up top, Wilkinson. Wilkinson, risky baseball pass. Down to 5 on the 24. Great Britain have to hurry up, and it's flinged by De Silva, and she's off the mark. Laurencia Chagas To Cabrera, who's wearing number 7 today. Another shot from Argentina doesn't go. Followed up. And that's a fantastic heads-up play as Macarena DeRusso followed through on her own miss. Was able to get one of the Great Britain players to touch it before she slid out of bounds. Still with 14, here's Gentinetta. To Gretter. Check back in after being hit in the nose halfway into the first quarter. 2 of 24. Here's Gretter. Flings it up on the foul, and she's going to the charity stripe. So the foul on Maya Price as Wilkinson heads out and Otwell Soulsby returns. Gretter gets the first one to go. Lisa Gretter has played for the national team since the 2011 FIBA Americas Championship. And she ended up in 7th place in rebounds per game at last year's AmeriCup, averaging nearly 8. Splits the pair of free throws, so the score is now 20-9, Argentina ahead. Early in the second quarter. Beckford Norton trying to overcome the outstretched hands of Gretter. They do. Far side shot is good. As Maya Price is right with the J. So Great Britain finally in double digits. 7:20 to go here in the second quarter. Cabrera, the fake and the miss. Brought back DeRusso, another chance for Cabrera. That doesn't go. And we have a foul on the floor. Greta will throw it in, but first we have some changes. Pass out of the corner, 3 ball doesn't go for Chagas. And Beckford Norton breaking out of the backcourt, but misses the finger roll. Great Britain has had several chances, and now they're trying to make good on it off of that double team, which was broken. Gretter ahead. Chuck. Yes. First offensive foul for Argentina here in the quarter. Chagas drew the foul. And Florencia Martinez checks in for Chagas. As Beckford Norton loses control of the ball, and Gretter playing great defense and sends it ahead. And the J is good for Florencia Martinez. Off the bench and now on the board is Martinez to make it 22-11. Great Britain, Argentina group play as the J connects for Holly Winterburn. Easy bucket for the captain of Great Britain. Winterburn with her 3rd point. Argentina has been picking their spots when it comes to the shots, but they've been getting closer and closer to the basket here in the second quarter. Down to 1. Were they aware of the clock? It did not look like it on that desperation shot. Nonetheless, Winterburn brings it up. And now Argentina shooting 30%, Great Britain 26%. Beckford Norton out to Winterburn. That's off. Put back in by Maya Price. When the price is right, it's right. So Great Britain has cut their deficit to 7. Underneath to Buriani, or Barani rather, with 7 on the shot clock, and another trip to the free throw line for Argentina. Will Soulsby on the foul. Will Soulsby with her second foul. Second free throw doesn't go. Beckford Norton as Winterburn creates a screen and was looking for Winterburn again, but she was too caught up with the defense. And Great Britain picking up their 10th turnover in the game. So Victoria Gauna will play it in for Argentina. Halfway into the second quarter, Argentina leading by 8. In the Women's World Cup pre-qualifying tournament, the first day of competition, and this is Group D play between Great Britain and Argentina. We saw an upset earlier with Hungary going down to Senegal by 2, and Brazil beating the Philippines 77-74. Nice look underneath, but that one doesn't work for Gauna. And a Myquin Siciliano trying to jump right into the picture. She is called for the foul. Full reset of the shot clock. 13th foul for Argentina. Argentina will go back to the bench for a substitution. Great Britain now rebounding Argentina 21-19. And they come up with their 11th turnover as traveling is called. Great Britain could be well right into this game. However, the turnovers has been the story, along with some missed layups. They get a break off the offensive foul from Argentina. So Hannah Robb, who was called for traveling, gets redemption. Immediately taken away by DeRusso. Argentina not letting up on the pressure. They are up by 8. With the ball again. Footwork from DeRusso. Swings it back to Gretter. Gretter trying to go on the drive. Passes it up instead. That 3 goes down. And did it ever go down? As DeRusso ringing it up again. Make it 26-15. Ashby tie roping the baseline. That's picked off by Gretter, and here comes Gretter. This is a 2-on-1. Unable to finish, but Ghana was able to save it before it went out. They'd go for take 2. They did, but a kickball was called. Great Britain down to their last foul to give. Argentina over the limit in fouls with 3:30 to go until halftime. You have to imagine the underrated factor of this tournament would be Argentina's defense, the way they have been putting the clamps down on Great Britain, limiting them to 15 points before halftime. And this is an Argentinian team that is ranked 8th, last in the power rankings, and Great Britain in the top 2. Both teams over the limit in fouls the rest of the way. Russo gets it back from Gretter, gets the fake, 3-ball, doesn't go. She was able to get the step and everything. Here's a 3 at the other end. And Hannah Robb gets her first points here in the tournament to make it 26-18. Back to a single-digit deficit. And it's under 3 to go. Underneath, Ghana will try again. Same result. And back comes Samantha Ashby. Wilkinson with a wide dribble. Hands it off. Ashby thought about the 3. Defers it to Robb. Odwell Soulsby breaks out of the triple threat, gets right inside of the paint, flings it up and in. This is a scoring run for Great Britain that they desperately needed, as it's now 26-20. Argentina will talk it over with 2:28 to go. Great Britain bouncing right back before halftime, and it's courtesy of great heads-up play from Hannah Robb and Samantha Ashby. Welcome back to Rwanda, where Argentina has a 26-20 lead over Great Britain. But Great Britain has been responding back thanks to a 3 from Hannah Robb and Harriet Otterwill Soulsby getting it right in for 5 quick points as Argentina is trying to break that scoring run. 5-0 run for Great Britain, looking for their first appearance in the World Cup as they go toe-to-toe in the Women's World Cup pre-qualifying tournament along with Argentina. Argentina making, well, Great Britain rather, making good of their situation. There were 2 vacant spots for this pre-qualifying tournament, and Great Britain was granted one of those spots after Colombia and Italy chose not to participate. 1 on the shot clock. Winterburn flings it up from deep. That rattles everywhere but down the net. They get another chance with 1:46 remaining. Here's Ashby. Yes. Make that a 7-0 run as Samantha Ashby cuts Argentina's lead to 4. It is back to a 2-possession game as Sam Ashby gets a bucket, and it's quickly taken away. Great heads-up play from Wilkinson. Sends it to Robb. 3. No. DeRusso was there. Greder able to get a pass off before falling out of bounds. Donna getting close. Down to a minute to go. Here's DeRusso again. Macarena DeRusso. Bursting through with the scoring tear. Makes it 29-22 with about 40 seconds to go. She has 11 points here in the first half. Wilkinson falls away, that's short. And Argentina gets possession. And with 27 seconds to go, we have a timeout on the floor. And Great Britain has had an outstanding run here in the second quarter, outscoring Argentina 15-10. Both teams shooting in the low 30s as we approach the final 27 seconds in the first half. Argentina leading Great Britain by 7. But Great Britain has outscored Argentina by 5 here in this second quarter alone, as they have been led by Hannah Robb and Harriet Otwell-Soulsby. Argentina, in turn, has been led by Macarena DeRusso, who has 11 points, 3 of 7 from downtown. It's always good to finish the first half on a strong note. We'll see if Argentina can do just that. 7 on the 24, fake from DeRusso, drive from DeRusso, kicks it out. Chagas out. 1 to go. Greder denied by Wilkinson. Final seconds, and Wilkinson unable to get a shot off as she was flustered by Barani. And that's a way to end the first half. Argentina 29, Great Britain 22 in Group D competition. We're at halftime, 5:45 p.m. in Rwanda, 11:45 Eastern, 10:45 Central, 8:45 a.m. on the West Coast. And if you
gender, color, belief, or capability.
We are all on the same team.
We have the power to change lives through basketball.
Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin,
basketball
can bring everyone together.
Basketball for good.
gender, color, belief, or capability.
We are all on the same team.
We have the power to change lives through basketball.
Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin,
basketball
can bring everyone together.
Basketball for good.
We return to Rwanda for day one of the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup pre-qualifying tournament. As Great Britain are down 29-22 against Argentina, but they had a strong second quarter to cap off the first half. This is Aaron Sanders. Glad to be on the call for this and our next game coming up, which is the host team Rwanda facing Lebanon. But at the moment, Argentina has been taking care of business because of players like Mike Siciliano, who has 5 points. But the story has been the Macarena Doruso show, who has 11 points off a 3 of 7 shooting from downtown. Great Britain being led by Shanice Beckford-Norton with 5 points. There's been some well-balanced scoring on that side of things. And if you look at the team statistics, they go as follows. Both of these teams shooting in the low 30s. But Great Britain out rebounding Argentina 26-21. There's been a total of 14 turnovers for Great Britain, only 4 for Argentina. And Argentina's been capitalizing off of 13 points off of turnovers, 10 points inside, 5 points off a second chance, and 9 fast break points. And they begin the second half with the ball. Welcome aboard to Christian Silva and Delago Group for the premium subscribers to the FIBA YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. Second half underway. Argentina with the ball. Nice fake out from Doruso. Thought about the 3, but dishes it out. It's into the hands of Breder. Greder, who took a huge hit to the nose in the first quarter, was able to bounce back. 3-ball, off the mark. Back comes Savannah Wilkinson and Great Britain with their first touch of the second half. Spot away jumper, yes! And a beauty from Savannah Wilkinson as she gets Great Britain on the board here in the third quarter. She was able to spot up from the right elbow to make it 29-24. Rizzo stopped in her tracks in deep to Gintinetta. And Barani gets the O board. 7 seconds. Layup off the mark as Chagas tried to breeze through the lane. Did not work. Running jumper, no. And back comes DeRusso and Argentina. Gintinetta back to Greder. 7 on the shot clock, reverse layup. Stopped by the foul. And Argentina getting a lucky break out of there as DeRusso is able to breeze by the two white shirts. 8:30 to go. And DeRusso has been scoring on all cylinders, 11 points. Has hit three balls from downtown. Along with that free throw, she now has 12. DeRusso played in the AmeriCup where she averaged 4.6 points and nearly 3 rebounds. She's doing exceptionally better as she picks up her 13th point. She is flawless from the line. This is 31-24. Pass whip to Wilkinson. Ashby fakes the pass, but gets the 3. Ashby, blink and you will miss, as she was able to get that nice fake to get her opponent off the ground. 6 rebounds and 5 points for her as Argentina bounces back and responds in a fast way. Score is 31-27 Argentina. We play 2 minutes here in the third. And they've updated it to make it 33-27. 3 to go on the shot clock. Winterburn flings it up and can't get that one to go. Chagas on the rebound as Greder gets the screen, gives it off, and that tough shot doesn't go for Gintinetta. It's another break for Argentina as Barani gets pushed with 7:17 remaining. Greder throws it right into Ghana, who circles around the three-point line. Gets the screen from Gintinetta. Down the paint is Gintinetta. 3-ball, too strong. Argentina was able to pick their long-range shots, but they haven't been doing well as Ashby misses the 3-point field goal. And Aunt Will Soulsby trying to smother Argentina, trying to get a second look at it. Barani underneath, that goes down for Gintinetta. So in the last possession, she was camping around with the paint, hoping for an extra pass, but this time she was able to get it. 35-27. Ashby to Beckford Norton. Down far away, back to Ashby, gets the move, the step, and everything. A supreme move makes it 35-29. 4 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. Here's Barani. It's backed out to Greder, who sends it to DeRusso. Trying to continue her hot shooting performance, but she was ice cold on that trip. Ashby with a saucer pass intended for Wilkinson. And Winterburn saves it from going out of bounds. Wilkinson trying to put the moves on Barani. But she was met by Gintinetta and Barani as they prepare to throw it in with 8 on the 24. 5:31 left in the third quarter. Argentina with a 2-possession lead. Great Britain looking to cut right into it. Great Britain making changes as Maya Price and Hannah Robb checked in for Ottawa Soulsby and Beckford Norton before the inbound pass. Great Britain shooting 35% from the field, much better than shooting 29%, which is what they were shooting before halftime. Here's Ashby trying to get inside, but feeds it right in to Maya Price instead. And it looks like DeRuzo got hit during that play. Here's a look. DeRuzo catching her breath. And she's able to get right back up. DeRuzo is Argentina's leading scorer. And with this game being close, they will rely on her shooting prowess. Somebody hits the floor as that shot goes on the wayside, and Ashby picks it right out of the air. Loose ball on the floor. It'll go back to Argentina as Ashby is unable to put the clamps down. Straight away to Chagas, who gets it back. She's guarded by Winterburn, but DeRuzo puts the ball on the floor. Gretter trying to put the moves on, gives it up to Chagas, who knocks down the three. Florencia Chagas chugging along with another triple to make it 38-31. Winterburn trying to respond, and she doesn't. And back comes Melissa Gretter. Captain of the team, taking a lot of bumps, but can't add to the scoring department. Hannah Robb, the guard, bringing it up the floor. Robb splitting through, and she heads to the line. Hannah Robb with only one field goal made, and that is from beyond the arc in nearly 16 minutes of play. And on top of that, she has 3 rebounds and 1 assist. Argentina setting to make some changes as Gintinetta was called for the foul. There are 4 players on this Great Britain team that were part of the London Lions when they won the Euro Cup earlier this year. That includes Holly Winterburn, Shanice Beckford Norton, Savannah Wilkinson, and Maya Price. And Anna Robb takes care of business at the line to make it 38-33. Behind the back pass to Ghana. Gretter. As she finds Barani for the easy deuce. Seven-point game. Winterburn bursting right to the lane, was looking for Hannah Robb. I don't think Robb was ready for that. You see Gretter sporting a bandage on her nose. That's from a collision early on in the game where she lost a couple of minutes of playing time but was able to get back on the floor, as you could plainly see. Under 3:30 to go here in quarter number 3. Ashby trying to go for another three, but that doesn't hit. Will they get another chance off of this steal? We will find out. Winterburn passes to Ashby. Ashby not giving up. Almost lost control of the ball. Shot clock stays where it is. 13 seconds. Winterburn. 2 passes later. It's into Price. Yes, it counts. So Maya Price will look to complete the three-point play, as they have been dishing it to the forward. Wilkinson will be pinned with the assist off of that and one. Victoria Ghana called for the foul for Argentina. As that's Ghana's second personal. And Price unable to complete the three-point play. Score remains 40-35. Argentina ahead by 5. With a shade under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Aaron Sanders on the call in day 1 of the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup pre-qualifying tournament. Winterburn, catch and shoot. Can't get it. Rizzo up the floor, whips it to Cabrera, who loses control right into the baseline. Normally, that isn't Cabrera's spot. And Rob sends it to Wilkinson. Winterburn has to get a shot going, the captain for Great Britain. And did Wilkinson step on the line? She did. We have a lot of viewers on the FIBA YouTube channel, part of the premium membership, and you could be a part of that for just 99 cents a month, and they have some outstanding features. And for all the action in FIBA, along with the events and tournaments, be sure to register at Courtside 1891. Ball stays with Argentina. 7 to go. Gretter outside, 3 ball. That's off the back iron as DeRusso creates a second chance for Argentina. Nice dribble drive from Chagas. It's out to Gretter. She's called for traveling. On the scoreboard, it is a close game. When you look at this game on paper, it has been troublesome for both of these teams. Neither team finishing, but on top of that, the turnover scenario has been rough. 7 turnovers for Argentina. Great Britain dealing with 16. Harrison looking to move, flings a 3, and that goes off the front. Beckford Norton saves the day. Rob trying to work off of DeRusso. We'll see what the call is. Beckford Norton in for Winterburn, who has had a rough game on the floor. Captain with 4 rebounds, 3 points, and 2 assists. Great Britain works with Beckford Norton, who has it blocked. Argentina with some great defense throughout the game. Victoria Gano on the overhead pass. Long bomb goes in and out as Mungo picks up the rebound, and a strong one to say as Florencia Martinez in trouble, was looking for Chagas, but it was too wide beyond her reach as Great Britain will have possession with 1:07 to go. Great Britain has never made a trip to the World Cup. If they are lucky to win the finals here on Sunday, they'll be one step closer. Argentina has made 9 appearances. They're looking to make it 10. 45 seconds in the third quarter. Wide open three. Argentina harkening back to their early shooting performance where they had a lot of space at the corner. And with Florencia Chagas' 3, they are ahead 43-35. Dribble drive, Beckford Norton. Out to Maya Price. Price isn't right on that shot. Gona. Looking to go all the way, but she was met down at the other end as Beckford Norton slaps it away. She's all by herself on this trip as she slows it down. There's 3 seconds to go. Overhead pass is deflected, and not enough time to get it up for the final shot of the third quarter as Great Britain are down 43-35 against Argentina. And Argentina looking to shock the world here in this first day of competition of Group D play. I'll be back with the call this fourth quarter in a moment. You're watching the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup pre-qualifying tournament.
Gender, color, belief, or capability.
We are all on the same team.
We have the power to change lives through basketball.
Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin,
basketball
can bring everyone together.
Basketball for good.
Back for the fourth quarter, and Rwanda in this half of the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup pre-qualifying tournament. Argentina leading 43-35 against Great Britain. And again, earlier the power rankings were released, and Argentina was last and Great Britain was number 2. And Argentina has led most of the way, and they are looking for an upset in the first day of group competition as we get an early foul in the fourth. Argentina making changes to their lineup as DeRusso, Barani, and Cabrera check in for Ghana, Martinez, and Munga. Shauna Harrison checks out for Great Britain. As we play on. Nice behind the back pass for Cabrera. Is she able to finish? She does! And that's one of the prettier plays in this game, in which on paper has not been the prettiest when you look at the turnover. With this being the first game of group play, there's going to be a lot of bugs and a lot of mistakes made, but they will be ironed out for the next game. Winterburn makes a wish, and that is way off as the shot clock was winding down. Myquin Siciliano brings it in, making her national team debut with this pre-qualifying tournament. An easy pass for Chagas, as Siciliano brings it right back out, and the 3-ball. And Argentina really picking it up in the first minute and 19 seconds, is because of that player right there, Macarena DeRuzo, who's leading all scorers, and she's done most of her damage from three-point land. She has 16 points as Great Britain calls time. This Argentinian team has been deadly right from the word go, and it's because of great players like Macarena DeRuzo, who is connected on 16 points, 4 of 10 from downtown. And it's because of that, Argentina leads 48-35. There was one time where the lead was cut to 4 points, but Argentina has been able to respond with a vengeance to start in the fourth quarter. This appears to be a wake-up call for Great Britain as Winterburn turns it over again. As DeRuzo turning some ankles into pretzels. Siciliano got hit but decides to play through and finds Cabrera for the jump hook. Siciliano knows how to get those easy passes in, doesn't she? As Argentina is now shooting 35% from the field. Oh my goodness. Shanice Beckford Norton jumping through for the rebound, and she lands hard and flat right on her back, and thank goodness she's able to get right up. It was a scary moment to say the least when you see somebody land on the floor hard, especially on their back. You never know what's going to happen in those situations, as Diana Cabrera is called for the foul. Cabrera picking up her first personal. Ashby, the fake. Can't make. But picks up. Well, we thought she was going to pick up the rebound, but she was unable to control it from going to the sideline. Cabrera wearing number 7 instead of number 6. For those of you tuning in for the first time. Mike Siciliano on the drive. And she fires. And Winterburn brings it up the floor for Great Britain. And immediately fouled by Siciliano. One of the rare occasions where Great Britain is able to get a breakaway. And Argentina has been so polished with their defense here in the first day of competition. They have forced a total of 18 turnovers. As Winterburn was met by Martinez. We have a lot of Philippine fans tuning in. Thank you for joining us right after midnight. I remember doing the watch party with Michael Cerati of USA and Paulo De Rosario. He did the watch party of the gold medal game with us at 5 a.m. Well, it ended at 5 a.m. his time, 5 p.m. Michael and our time. Winterburn gets the inbounds pass, 3-ball, Price, no. $15-point lead for Argentina. Both of these teams' first game in Group D play. Look ahead of the schedule. Argentina will have the host team Rwanda on Wednesday. And Great Britain will play Lebanon. And with 6:50 to go, Argentina already out of fouls to give. The officials checking the discrepancy. And Ashby will throw it in. Winterburn finds Otwell Soulsby. As Ceruzo passes the timeline. 6:26 to go, layup off the mark. Rebound Barani. Siciliano spinning, driving, but can't score. And Shauna Harrison gets a rebound as Great Britain is down by 15. Ashby underneath to Odwell Soulsby, who will have to earn her 2 points the hard way, and that is at the line. Maya Price leading Great Britain in scoring with 8 points. Outside of that, well-balanced scoring from the British. But shots haven't gone down for them here in this game. 14 of 49 equals to 29% from the field. As first free throw hits. Second free throw, good as gold for Odwell Soulsby. Again, Great Britain shooting 28.5%. And Argentina shooting nearly 33%. Not one of the best scoring performances for both of these teams. Again, with the first day of competition, it will get better, especially during the semifinals. But Argentina, you have to give them credit. They've been able to pick their shots like Florencia Martinez from downtown, and most of their points have come from beyond the arc because of those extra passes, and we're able to realize that Great Britain's defense clusters inside. That opens up a lot of space, especially on the weak side. As Wilkinson hits the deck. Martinez's elbow collided with Wilkinson's shoulder, and Martinez pleading her case. For Great Britain, they have limited their shots from outside, and they're trying to work their way right back in. It's one of the fastest way to get back into the game. Try to reduce your time of getting those extra passes. Just send it in to your bigs. The worst thing that could happen to them is either they get blocked or they get contact and they go to the line. And with 5:27 to go, still plenty of time for Great Britain to come back. They are down by 12 as Argentina has led most of the way. Great spin move, 7 to shoot. Turnover, Wilkinson picks it up. But returning the favor is Melissa Gretter. Gretter has been gritty here today after taking the collision to the nose in the first quarter. Gretter off the screen from Cabrera. Feeds it out to the far side. That three ball is short. Another chance for Argentina, courtesy of Florencia Martinez. There's a three. Chagas, no good. And a third chance. Chagas picking up her own rebound until Winterburn was able to take it away. And Gretter takes it. Second, third, and fourth chances for Argentina. And it looks like Shauna Harrison is down. Shauna Harrison took a hit during those multiple opportunities for Argentina. As they tend to Shauna Harrison, we will step aside. A few moments ago, we saw Shauna Harrison of Great Britain take a hard hit, and she has remained on the floor since. The training staff for Great Britain tending to her now, as Argentina leads Great Britain by the score of 50-38, halfway into the fourth quarter. It sounds like they're able to get Harrison on her feet. The training staff will tend to her at the bench. And Argentina will continue on with the ball. Macarena DeRuzo, the game's leading scorer, is set to bring it in. DeRuzo, an outstanding game for her. 5 of 13 from the field, 4 of 10 from downtown, total of 16 points with 2 rebounds and an assist. Argentina shooting 31% from the field. Great Britain shooting 28.5%. Lisa Gretter knows a thing or two about taking hard hits. That's why she has the bandage on her nose as she took contact early into the game. And the 24-second violation gives the ball back to Great Britain with 4:29 to go. For them, this is a doable comeback, but they're going to rely on their bigs in order to get back into this game. The three-pointers haven't been working for them, as Wilkinson misses from long range, and the putback doesn't go down for Hannah Raw. And with that, Hannah Price, or Maya Price, my mistake, heads to the line and makes the first. Again, this is what I said earlier. There are 2 ways for Great Britain to get back into this game. Either give it to your bigs right down to the paint, take the contact and go to the line, or get the fastest shot possible, because their three-point shooting has not been the best. Neither has for Argentina. Great Britain shooting 13% from downtown, only hitting 3 threes out of a possible 23. But this player, DeRuzo, continuing to heat it up in Rwanda. It is a heat wave in Rwanda, courtesy of Macarena DeRuzo, who is on fuego, and the heat is on. Huge shot from DeRuzo, as she has 19 points, 5 trays. Argentina shooting 34% from 2-pointers, 28% from downtown, 50% at the line. Only had 8 free throw attempts, as Great Britain are 9 of 13 at the line. Argentina leading by 13. Their largest lead is 15. And that occurred earlier in the 4th quarter. This is Savannah Wilkinson finding Winterburn. He's had a rough game for Great Britain. She spots up from the elbow. It bounces everywhere but down the net. Back the other way, Gretter. To DeRuzo, who finds Chagas. Underneath. DeRuzo swings it out. And the rebound controlled by Wilkinson. Wilkinson wide open as Winterburn tried to tap it right away to Maya Price before getting the foul. So with Argentina over the limit, that's going to send Winterburn to the line. And Winterburn, tough scoring performance for her tonight. 1 of 12 from the field, 2 of 5 at the line, total of 4 points, along with 5 boards and 2 assists. And she misses both free throws with under 3 to go in regulation. Argentina looking for what could be a huge upset in day 1 of the Women's World Cup pre-qualifying tournament competition. Gretter trying to get some ankles and finds DeRuzo, who hits it hard and misses. So DeRuzo, a hot shooter today, threw up a frozen rope and was able to get the foul on Hannah Robb as Agustina Barati checks in for Victoria Ghana. DeRuzo still in the game. She's going off the crossover dribble and feeds it underneath, but there's a blown tire on the play as Cabrera could not finish. Fake from Price, drive by Price, spin by Price. She is met by the double. And the possession arrow goes to Argentina. What a rough situation for Great Britain in this quarter alone. 5 points, all of them coming from free throws. Argentina outscoring Great Britain 10-5 in this quarter. Next game coming up in an hour and 15 minutes, 8 o'clock local time. 2 p.m. on the East Coast as Lebanon takes on the host team, Rwanda. And that's going to be an interesting game to say the least because Lebanon looking for their first World Cup appearance, and same with Rwanda. But it's history for Rwanda because this is their first ever world stage event. And they hope to make a name of themselves here in this leg of the pre-qualifying qualifiers. Fadeaway jumper, Barani off the mark. Back to Chagas. And Melissa Gretter taking all the bumps here today, but has been able to lead this team to what's going to appear to be a stunner as Argentina turns it over off the shot clock violation. Again, it's been more than 11 minutes of action since we've last seen a field goal from Great Britain. And it's safe to say the shooting has not gone well on their side. Shooting 26% from the field. Argentina not far away from them either, shooting 29. Winterburn catch and shoot three, and she gets that one. She was waiting to make a field goal, and Great Britain able to break an 11-plus minute spell to make it 53-43. Winterburn hitting on her 7th point. As we approach the final minute of this play of this game, and Cabrera goes underneath, dribble drive, reverse layup, and the bucket. Bucket, foul, and beauty. Quick correction on that play, and thank you to the live chat for this one. It is an offensive foul, which turned the ball over, and it goes to Great Britain with 1:03 to go. It's one of those situations where you could get the quickest three as possible, but it has not worked in Great Britain's favor. We will see what they do here. Again, stick to your best option, just get it underneath. As they fix the twine. And a Robb to play it in to Winterburn. Great Britain down to their last foul. Winterburn trying to give it, almost taken away by Gretter, so Great Britain gets another chance with 5 to go on the shot clock. 5 on the 24, straight to Winterburn. That's a 3. It's no good for Winterburn. Loose ball recovered by Argentina. And with that foul, that may do it, as Hannah Robb reaches in on Gretter as she was streaking through and tight-roping the sideline. Final 40 seconds in Group D play between Great Britain and Argentina. The first day of competition in the Women's World Cup pre-qualifying tournament from Rwanda. Lebanon and Rwanda coming up. Nice behind the back dribble. Shot is missed by Greta. I'll be on the call for Lebanon and Rwanda, which starts in an hour and 10 minutes. Shanice Beckford-Norton able to get right back up after hitting the floor. This moment to thank you all for tuning into this game and stick around for the final game of day one. Justin Taylor was on the call for the first two games of this competition, and I'll be on the call for the last two of the day. Winterburn, rough game for her. We'll see if she'll be able to bounce back against Lebanon on Wednesday as she draws the foul and heads to the free throw line for what looks to be the final time in this match. 12.3 seconds remaining. And Argentina has gotten Winterburn's number today. 7.6 rebounds, 2 assists. Maya Price leading the way for GB with 10 points and 6 rebounds to her name. Balanced scoring at this point. And that goes down for Winterburn. 53-44. Quick steal. Here's Winterburn for three. And she got it. What a quick tray from Winterburn as she was able to get that off the steal. It is 53-47. 7.3 seconds to go. Foul off the ball from what it appears. And it is Great Britain with that pressure. They have another chance at it. 6-point game with 7 seconds remaining. And Beckford Norton will play it in. They're going to try to get another three, and they do. Winterburn flings it away. That's short, and that will do it as Burani picks it up, and Argentina stuns Great Britain in day one of competition. Argentina takes care of business as they defeat Great Britain 53-47. And remember, Argentina was ranked 8th, last place in the power rankings prior to today, and Great Britain was number 2. So this may be a promising victory for Argentina as they march on in the group play. They will face the host team Rwanda on Wednesday, and Great Britain will look to bounce back as they face Lebanon on the 21st. We'll quickly look at some of the stats before we send you the highlights of tonight's game. Argentina and the player of the game, Macarena D'Aruzzo, a flamethrower from beyond the arc, 5 of 11 from outside, 6 of 15 from the in 5 minutes. But for now, this be Aaron Sanders as we continue coverage of the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup pre-qualifying tournament in Rwanda. We'll be back in an hour and 5 minutes.